Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video. So today we're going to be talking about Boogie2988, or as I'm going to call him throughout this video, Boogie. Basically, I recently watched a documentary made by Clum about Boogie, and it is a very well done documentary, and it just kind of got my creative juices going where I kind of just want to talk about Boogie. I do suggest you guys go over and subscribe to Clum. It seems like he's an upcoming YouTuber who's going to be doing more documentaries like this. Talking about YouTubers with shady passes or YouTubers who have fallen off. It's kind of like what iDubbbz did for that little bit of time where he did a video on Airsoft Fatty and those other, content creators. And I think these kind of videos are really interesting, especially with how high production they are. But that being said, I do want to kind of talk about Boogie because there's quite a lot to talk about, and I genuinely am very interested on why he always tries to play himself as the victim and how that's actually straight up killed his career, and the other reasons why I don't think his career is very much alive anymore. So that being said, some of you guys don't even know who Boogie2988 is. He basically started off by doing a character named Francis back in the early days of YouTube, and this character was basically an overweight gamer, I guess, was kind of the vibes, where he would pretty much just yell at people for Mountain Dew, and he was insufferable for a reason, and that gained him quite a lot of attention. But over the years, obviously his content has changed because that doesn't really have longevity. Skit style comedy isn't really a big thing anymore. So obviously what is a big thing is commentary channels and vlogs. So that's kind of what he does nowadays. He does vlogging and also does commentaries. But if you look at his subscribers, he has about 4 million subs, and he only gets about 40,000 to 50,000 views per video, which is quite a lot of views if I'm going to be honest. But compared to the fact that you have 4 million subs, that is on the lower end. So obviously the big reason for the documentary is he has fallen off massively over many reasons. One of the main reasons I do want to talk about is the fact that he's really open about his mental health. And a lot of people are saying, well, Ploobies, that's not really a bad thing. It really isn't, but in Boogie2988's situation, it kind of is. Because a lot of people watch YouTubers for the content. They watch YouTubers to escape their own mental issues. So when you have a YouTuber like Boogie who constantly needs to complain about their health and constantly has to talk about their depression and how they're a victim in every single situation, it makes it very hard to watch someone like that from just a, content perspective. It is really frustrating. Obviously, if you are dealing with mental health issues, I do suggest you go seek help. I think, that stuff is very important. But when it comes to being a big YouTuber and, constantly having to bring it up in every single situation and then hide behind it as a way on why your career's failing, I think that is going to cause your career to fail, because a lot of people just don't want to get trauma dumped constantly. If a YouTuber once in a while says, hey guys, I'm taking a break because of mental issues, I have stuff going on, that's fine. But in Boogie2988's case, it's like every single other video he's talking about his mental health, or how he made a mistake and now he's dealing with consequences, but he doesn't really want to. Or, more of a further away one is when his ex-wife and him got a divorce. He was very open about it and talking about it almost daily, talking about how hard it was on him and how he's suffering from issues and stuff like that. And just a lot of people just don't care about your marriage. As mean as that sounds, I think it's just accurate, because a lot of people just don't really care about that, and your audience isn't there to be your therapist. So obviously you're going to lose a lot of your fans and a lot of your people. The next big thing also, a big reason why I think his career kind of fell off, is he is very irresponsible with his money, and he's very arrogant with his money. So during the documentary, a very big thing that comes up is the fact that he was so open about talking about how he used to spend a shit ton of money on women, like a ton of money on women.
I am a former sex worker escort, and Boogie2988 was one of my clients. I'm from LA, and I get a message on this website, you can probably guess which one, from this guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to fancy dinners, and I took them to Disneyland and shit.
He bought me dinner, he got me a purse that we were talking about over messages, and he got me a couple gift cards, and he spent well over $5,000 on just that night.
You know the rules. The rules are we're gonna go out and eat. We're gonna have dinner. Maybe we're gonna fuck.
Which was just a really bad look. Even Penguin Zero brought this up in his video, where it just made him look like a complete scumbag. It looked like he only saw women as items and he was just paying them for his love, which is just such a depressing thing. And I think that's why the documentary overall is just extremely sad. You can't help but to feel sad for Boogie2988, but that's the thing, he wants you to feel sad for him. You know, that's why he's promoted the documentary himself. That's why he's talked about it on his Twitter. That's why his banner is talking about the documentaries, because he expects people to see this documentary and feel bad for him. That's been his whole entire career, is he likes to play the victim, which is a big reason why a lot of people don't like him, is because in every single situation he always plays the victim and expects sympathy, including this documentary. You know, including this documentary, he has to say, oh yeah, guys, everything in this documentary is right. I really am bad. I need to change things. But that's the big issue with Boogie, is he will say that he has to. He will say, oh, I should work out. I should do this. I should treat women better. I should start upping the level of my content. But he just doesn't. What's the point of acknowledging something if you're not going to change it? You know, it's like he's taking the first steps of doing something. Like he always takes the first steps on doing something correct, and then he backtracks every single time. So in Penguin Zero's case, he was very, very animated about how, you know, frustrated he is with Boogie and how, you know, he completely threw away his career. And Boogie acknowledges this on Twitter and says, you know what? It was hard, but he was right. He was right. But it's like, is he going to change anything? No, Boogie2988 is never going to change anything. You know, he's really, really bad with his money, and he's acknowledged that, but then he still will go ahead and put a bunch of his money in a sketchy crypto scam, and then when the rug gets pulled, he goes to his audience and begs them for money.
I took the advice, but I put my money in the crypto market in the wrong section, and I pretty much lost most of everything. That sucks. That really sucks. It is what it is, though. I mean, like, I've come to terms with it, but I need to get back to work. I have some savings, but they're going quickly, and if I don't start live streaming and making content and getting ad revenue and stuff again, I'm going to lose everything. And I definitely do not want to do that. So that's why I'm asking for your help today. And it's as simple as two groups of people here I want to talk to. The first of which is fans who just like the content. If you click on videos you like and you watch them to the end and you drop a like and you leave a comment and you share it with friends and you click the notifications, you do the YouTube stuff, you're doing plenty. If that's all you want to do, if that's all you can do, I love you to death. You mean everything to me, right? There's a second group of people who might find themselves able to do a little more. And if you're one of those people, I'm asking for your help today too. Do you like the t-shirts I have? This one's not in the merch lane shop yet, but there's several, and I'm making new designs all the time. And if you like a t-shirt, buy a t-shirt. I make like a $9 profit off of a $25 purchase. If you don't want to buy something from me directly, you can shop with one of my sponsors. That's always an option as well. If you like a product I'm selling, get involved with a sponsor, shop through them, use my code. If you're in a position where you only have like $1 or $5, you can super chat that when you like a video. You can pledge $5 a month, $10 a month on the channel membership program. And if you do that, if we can get up to like 100 members, I'm gonna start making special clips and videos that'll stay member only for the people who want to see that stuff. My way of saying thank you to you guys. If you watch my live streams and you want to donate, throw bits at me, subscribe there. That's obviously also an option. I've never really pressed my Patreon or pressed channel memberships, but I kind of have to now. That's a scary position to be in.
Well, that's the issue with Boogie2988, is he acknowledges it, but he doesn't change it. You know, and his excuse is saying that he's going to be probably dying soon because I guess he has like a blood disease or something like that. But that's kind of the best time to turn your life around, is right before. You know, I don't want to like be, you know, really, really corny with this, but a lot of you guys have probably played Red Dead 2 when Arthur Morgan found out he had, what was it, Lumbingo or something, or Lumbango or whatever, and then he starts trying to turn around his life because that is the best time to do it, is to kind of end off with a good bang. But as of right now, people still see Boogie, especially after this documentary, as a sad little man who just can't accept his reality and constantly has to make excuses. You know, so it's sad. But at the same time, I don't think he deserves my pity because, you know, he just uses it, you know, which we've seen over and over again. So that being said, another big thing in the documentary too is he even posted this on his own thing, is he's talking about how, you know, he's not making as much money as he does anymore. You know, he's really arrogant with his money. That being said, with the crypto scam, and also, you know, how he just spend a shit ton of money on women, and then on top of that, he also spends a shit ton of money on like Funko Pops. He kind of just blows his money very irresponsibly. And basically the guy in the documentary says, well, why don't we just go get you a job? You know, and YouTubers hate to hear that word. You ever say that to a YouTuber saying, hey, yeah, you might have to get a 9 to 5, they just shrink up because they'll sit there and do the most controversial shit. But as soon as they get, you know, real life consequences, being like, yeah, you did this really fucked up thing and you're not getting viewership anymore and you're not making money. And instead of just sitting there and trying to beg your audience for money, why don't you go work for it? Why don't you go get a regular 9 to 5? So what happened was Boogie298 got recommended this, and then he went to like a woman who I guess is a real, like, you know, job. I call them job therapists because they try to help you get a job. But basically, he memed the entire thing. I'm going to play it here because I think it is kind of funny in a sad way.
Yeah. What do you prefer to be called?
Honestly, probably Steve. Let's go with Steve.
Okay, Steve. No problem. Whatever you prefer. And so you are here today because you are seeking employment.
Yeah. I did work at a small gaming store back in 2006, 2007. I am disabled. recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed. So there's some mental health issues that we bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you Google my name, you might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife, and I'm also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also a felon.
What's the nature of your felony?
Aggravated assault.
How old is it?
About 2 years.
Okay.
Hey, Mike. Listen, dude. I know we're making this documentary and everything, and I know you think I need to get a real job, but I just want to let you know I'm not going to. I'm not going to walk into some job when I have 4 million subscribers on YouTube. I'm one of the original YouTubers. What I'm going to do instead is go back to making content.
So yeah, that's the clip. So yeah, I thought, because I saw a meme actually about it, how it's like when a YouTuber tries to get a normal 9 to 5, and then he's bringing up the fact that, you know, my ex-wife has accused me of abuse. You know, I have all these issues and I have no experience. So I just thought that was really funny, and I think it really shows a brighter picture on YouTubers in general, and how, you know, it's going to be hard for them to get jobs because they really have no real life skills or any experience in that matter. But even then, it's kind of a sad thing, because it's like he clearly was trying to do it on purpose, you know, saying like, oh, I have all these things, I have all these things. But again, instead of trying to change it, instead of trying to, like, you know, make his life a little bit better, like at least try to help your reputation, he just doesn't, man. And that goes to show how he promotes the documentary, which clearly makes him look worse than already he looked. And the fact that he just sits there and agrees with people, but then actually doesn't end up doing anything. You know, it's just a sad story, and I just feel bad for the guy, but at the same time I really don't want to, because he wants that. He loves just playing the victim and getting sympathy from people, or else he would have changed shit by now. But that being said, if you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And let me know also if you saw the documentary and your thoughts on the documentary, because I thought it was really well done. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Counting sheep, but there's one I always miss. Everyone says I'm getting down too low. Everyone says you just gotta